Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing part 6 of what if Naruto was the reincarnation of Death / Grim Reaper and was neglected. Sorry for the pause there, I just had to check something. So anyways, I discontinued Naruto the Uchiha, or Uchiha Naruto the Sage, because not a lot of you guys seem to watch it. So if you guys do want me to continue it, well then I may continue it, but I discontinue it for now. And tomorrow I will be finishing What If Naruto Was Betrayed and Became Death series. Tomorrow is the last episode of that series, and I will be starting a new series called, it's my own series, it's called What If Naruto Was Half Otsutsuki, half astral, which is a made-up plan, and was abandoned. And a short version of that what if, just a little quick version, to not spoil too much, is, Naruto, he's actually the reincarnation of someone who was half Otsutsuki, half astral, and yeah, that soul of that person who was half Otsutsuki, half astral, went into Naruto's body, so he's not the reincarnation of Ashura. I'm going to make someone probably, you know what, I'll just explain that when I'm doing that what if, but a quick summary of what that what if is going to be about is Naruto is the reincarnation of someone who's half astral, half Otsutsuki, and, his parents abandoned him for the greater good, quote unquote. So anyways, yeah. And like I say in every video, if you have any what ifs you want to recommend, comment them down below. I will see you guys in this what if. So where we last left off, I don't really remember, but I kind of remember a bit. I just had to go watch the video a bit. So yeah. We last left off at the end of the invasion, and then Naruto executed the entire Uchiha clan just to torment Sasuke, which unlocked his Mangekyo Sharingan. So yeah, that's just a super quick summary of the last episode, since I haven't watched it and I forgot what it was about, since it was a couple days ago, like nearly a week ago. So yeah, I'm sorry. But anyways, so we're gonna start this one. So we see Naruto spying on Mema and Mito, seeing what they're doing, and Mema and Mito are just sparring with Jiraiya and Tsunade, Minato, and Kushina, who are still alive and in perfect health. Now, Naruto, he was going to kill them last episode, I just didn't get to mention it, but he wanted them to suffer by losing their strongest clan. And he didn't want to kill them that quickly, because he wanted to destroy the village, and he wanted to make them watch while he burned down the village, and then he was going to kill them after he burned down the village. So that's why he didn't kill them last episode. And yeah, and the reason why he left Mito and Mema alive was because he wanted them to go after Gaara, since he didn't finish torturing Kushina, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Minato. So yeah, now we just see him spying on them while they're sparring. Now he thinks to himself, should he disrupt the sparring? Now the fourth Shinobi War is going to happen soon in this episode, yeah, so don't worry about that. But anyways, he thinks to himself, should he torment them, or should he go after Sasuke and kill Sasuke? Since Sasuke is going after Itachi right now. I nearly forgot his name. I don't know how, but he's going after Itachi. So Naruto just says to himself, I'll go after Sasuke first. Now we see Sasuke and Itachi fighting in that base where Itachi put a genjutsu on Sasuke to think that, you know how in that episode of Shippuden where Sasuke and Itachi were fighting, and the fake body of Itachi just like blew up into crows. Yeah, they're fighting there. Now, I don't remember because I haven't watched Shippuden that much, only the really important parts. Because, I'm just gonna be changing a good amount of, Naruto, so I haven't really watched Shippuden that much. I watched all of OG Naruto though. But anyways, yeah, that part. Now, we see them just running out of the base to go fight somewhere else while Orochimaru's dead, my bad. And we just see them, and we see Kabuto spying on them, trying to get Itachi's body after Sasuke kills Itachi. Because Kabuto knows that Itachi's just going to let Sasuke kill him, because, I don't know, for the clan or something. There was no coup d'etat, but he wants Sasuke to get his revenge, even though Itachi didn't do it. He just wants Sasuke to stop being arrogant, and he's gonna let Sasuke kill him. So yeah. Now, Naruto just teleports to there. And from now on, I'm gonna call Naruto Grim. So yeah. So Grim, or Naruto, which is what I'm calling him now, he teleports there, sees them fighting, and he interferes with the fight, and he punches Itachi, and Itachi goes flying, and he's like, what? I had my Mangekyo, and I didn't even sense him. And Itachi barely lands on his feet. He's just sliding back, and Naruto's like, sorry, but I have to kill Sasuke, for personal reasons. And Itachi's like, no, don't you dare! And he's trying to get to Sasuke as fast as possible. But Naruto's like, don't worry, you don't have to see your brother die. And he teleports Sasuke to a dungeon in his base. And Itachi's like, no, what have you done? The Uchiha clan. And Naruto's like, you idiot. Don't you know that there's another Uchiha in the Akatsuki? Isn't his name called, Obito Uchiha? He's masquerading as Madara Uchiha. He's also known as Toei, but yeah. And Itachi's like, what? He's an Uchiha? I mean, I knew he was an Uchiha, but his real name is Obito? I think I've heard of that name. Wasn't he like Kakashi's teammate? And Naruto's like, right on the money. His supposedly dead teammate. But Madara healed him with using Hashirama cells. And Madara was alive until Naruto was born, so yeah. Anyways, Madara healed him using Senju cells. So yeah. And then Madara told him to use his name, just in case, so he can recruit stronger shinobi for the plan of extracting all the tailed beast. But, and the reason why Naruto knows this is because he read the mind of Madara's dead body, so he knows that. That's another one of his powers. He can also sense emotions. I mean, I already said that before, so. Anyways. So Naruto just finishes explaining what Madara's plan was. He also explains how Madara told Obito to go back to the village if he wanted to, and Obito did, and he saw Kakashi kill Rin. And Itachi's like, how do you know this? And Naruto just tells him how he knows this, which is what I explained to you guys. So Itachi's like, so, you're gonna kill me? Go ahead and do it. But at least let my brother live. At least let him repent for his sins. And Naruto's like, nah. He went up against me. Literal death. I can't let him repent. He can't repent for what he's done to me. I shall make him suffer. But for you, since I made you suffer, and like I said, you know, it's just business. I didn't want to make you suffer. But I won't kill you, Itachi. Itachi's like, why? Why is that? And Naruto's like, well, I have no reason I don't have a reason to kill you. Well, you were really the only one in the village who actually liked me. So I have no reason to kill you, Itachi. I actually thought of you as a good person. And you were just collateral in the Uchiha massacre. I didn't want that to happen to you, but someone had to be a scapegoat. And who else but you, Itachi? And Itachi's like, well, I have no reason to live anyways. My only reason to live was to let Sasuke get his supposed revenge for me, so he can get stronger and rebuild the Uchiha clan. And Naruto's like, well, it's okay. Your mother's certainly in heaven. She was actually a pretty nice person before she died. Sorry for killing her. And Itachi's like, yeah, like you said, just business. And Naruto's like, well, I do have a job for you. How about you join me? You know, maybe we can bring back your mom. I don't know about your father since he was pure evil, but we can certainly make a deal to bring your mom back. And Itachi's like, really? Well, why would you do that? And Naruto's like, well, it's the reason why I keep you alive. Because I respect you, Itachi. Just as much as I respect your strength and your mom, who's a pretty nice person. So that's why I'm going to revive her. I don't think that she deserved to die. And I never said this before, but Itachi's mom, I forgot her name, she was pretty nice to Naruto. I just never got around to say it, since she wasn't that important in regular Naruto, so I forgot about her. I don't remember Fugaku. So yeah, sorry about that. And Sasuke's like, well, what do you want me to do, boss? And Naruto's like, enough with the honorifics. Just call me Naruto. No, just call me Grim. We don't use honorifics. I respect your strength, and you respect my strength. We respect each other. There's no need for you to call me boss. You understand? And Itachi's like, yes, Grim. And Naruto explains his plan on wanting to destroy the village. And Itachi also wants to destroy the village. And Itachi's like, well, this actually goes according to my plans too. Before I wanted Sasuke to die, I actually wanted to destroy the village myself. But then, you know, I wanted Sasuke to kill me, and I wanted him to become the Kage of the village, or destroy it himself. But this goes according to my secondary plan is to destroy the village. And Naruto's like, well, that's even better. So, but first, I have to kill your brother. And I'll have to take his eyes and and then do a transplant. I don't know the word, but you know how the Uchihas, they implant another Uchiha's eyes in their eyes, and they get the EMS, or they turn Mangekyou Sharingan. And Naruto explains it to him, and Itachi's like, well, how am I going to rebuild the clan? And Naruto's like, I'll figure it out. But we're going to be making our own village, way stronger than the Leaf ever was. And we're going to make you even stronger, Itachi. Maybe I'll get you the Rinnegan, who knows? And Itachi's like, the Rinnegan? Wow. You do this for me? And Naruto's like, haven't I told you this before? I respect you. And you respected me. You didn't hate me. You actually took care of me, along with your mother. You two were the nicest people I ever met. And me having to kill her is something I heavily regret. And that's why I'm giving you even more power, Itachi. We don't want to just destroy the village. We wanna massacre everybody inside the village. We wanna burn it to ashes. We wanna make sure that there's no trace left. So that's why I'm giving you this much power. And Itachi's like, but how are you gonna give him the Rinnegan? Well, the same way that Madara got the Rinnegan, and planting some Hashirama cells into you. I'm also gonna be planting some Madara cells into you because he was, well, way stronger than you. And you are strong, but you're not as strong as he was. And Itachi's like, yeah, that's understandable. He was the leader of the Uchiha clan, the strongest Uchiha to ever live. And Naruto's like, yeah, but he's certainly not the strongest shinobi. And Itachi laughs. Sure, true that. You know what? I'm never gonna say true that ever again, because that just came out so unnaturally. But anyways, hold on. I actually have something to ask a certain potato. Well, I wanted to shout out Lord Potato real quick. Let me show you his channel. Now, this is Lord Potato. He does really good. I mean, really good what ifs. My favorite what if currently of his is probably creative mode, and Naruto is really OP in creative mode. So go subscribe to Lord Potato. I've actually taken some inspiration from him when I'm gonna do my next what ifs. It's going to be inspired from Lord Potato. But anyways, let's get back to the what if. So Naruto and Itachi teleport to Naruto's secret base, the dungeon in the secret base. And Naruto's like, you want to do the honors? And Itachi's like, nah, come here, my brother. I really don't want to, I'm going to miss that brat. And Naruto's like, yeah, well, I'm not. And he just slices Sasuke's, well, actually not yet. And Sasuke's like, wait, no, what are you doing? I have to rebuild the Uchiha clan. And Naruto's like, well, actually your brother's going to rebuild the Uchiha clan. And it's going to be even better than it was before. We don't need someone like you rebuilding it, loser. And Sasuke's like, no, what are you doing? He just slices his head off before he can finish saying what he was going to say. And Naruto's like, I guess that's the end of Sasuke Uchiha's story. Ain't it, Sasuke? I mean, Itachi. Itachi's like, yeah, I guess I am gonna miss him. I'm starting to miss him now. And Naruto's like, well, that is understandable. He was your brother. So, I'll just let you mourn him. But before you can mourn him, we gotta transplant your eyes with his eyes so you can get the EMS to make you even stronger. And then I'll heal you with this little bean I have. It's called a sensu bean. It's even better than Tsunade's healing abilities. And Itachi's like, what? Really? Even better than the legendary Sannin? The Slug Sannin's healing abilities? And Naruto's like, yeah, it can heal you literally instantly. And he's like, well, I'll give you it after I transplant Sasuke's eyes in 2 years. And I'll just hide your eyes somewhere so your children can have them, just in case. Itachi's like, okay. And we see Naruto just transplanting Itachi's eyes to give him the EMS. And he pops the sensu bean into Itachi. But before he pumps it into Itachi, he wakes him up, telling him to eat the sensu bean. So, he don't choke on the sensu bean. And Itachi heals instantly so he can use the EMS instantly. And Itachi's like, wow, I feel even more powerful now. And Naruto's like, well, yeah, the EMS is way stronger than the MS. I mean, what do you expect? You to feel the same strength? Come on, Itachi. Aren't you a prodigy? And Itachi's like, hey. And Naruto just laughs. Grim just laughs. Now, we see Naruto. We see a clone of Naruto who's invisible, but we're just gonna make him slightly visible. And we see them spying on the village. And they come back, they dispel. And what Naruto finds out is shocking, really. He finds out that Memma and Mito have the Sharingan, and not just any regular Sharingan, the MS Sharingan. And Naruto's like, how did it get that? And Itachi's like, well, you remember you killed my entire clan, remember? Naruto's like, oh yeah, I thought I burned the bodies though. And Itachi's like, well, I guess you didn't. Well, where are the rest of the Sharingans then? Only 2 people have the Sharingan, Grim says, which is Naruto. You know what, I'm just gonna call him Naruto, because I keep forgetting to call him Grim. And Itachi's like, well, Minato probably stored them somewhere, just in case. And I was like, I'll burn them. Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't burn them. I can keep them for safekeeping. We can transplant them into the later Uchihas so they can have EMSs too. And become the strongest clans. The strongest clan. Because of their EMS. And Itachi's like, well, how are we going to get the Sharingan? To be honest, how are we going to get the Sharingans? They're probably heavily guarded. You know how powerful just the one Tamori is? They're probably heavily guarded. Probably have elite Jonins just guarding one pair of the Sharingans. And Naruto's like, I have a power to go invisible, so this shouldn't be too hard. And I can make my present non-existent. Since death, you can die and you wouldn't even know that you died. So I can make my presence non-existent. And Itachi's like, well, that's cool, I guess. That would be perfect for spy missions. And Naruto's like, yeah, of course it would be, idiot. And Itachi's like, hey. So we see we see a clone of Naruto sneaking into the village, running around, and he actually can use an X-ray power, which I'm just going to give to him because he has a lot of powers. He can sense where dead body parts are, and you know, the eyes of the Sharingan are from dead people, so he can sense where they are. So he doesn't have X-ray, my bad. He can sense where the eyes are, and the clone goes to the eyes, and he poofs away to show Naruto where the eyes are. And Naruto's like, did you also know that can make someone else's presence non-existent too? And Itachi's like, really? Well, that's even better. So they just go get the Sharingans, but before they do, they leave some cloud headbands that they made. Well, they didn't make them. They just killed a couple of cloud shinobi and they leave the headbands there to make it look like the cloud took the Sharingans. And they kill the shinobi there to make it look like, you know, a theft of the Sharingan. And then Minato, in the morning, he goes to see the Sharingans to check on them. He sees the dead bodies of the Jonins because they didn't report back. So he was there early in the morning. He sees the dead bodies. And he calls for everybody. He calls for all the elite Jonin. And he sees the cloud headband, and he's like, the cloud did this? We shall go to war. We shall erase them. We'll show them why we're the strongest village. And people just start yelling. And now the cloud and Leaf are at war. But Naruto, he likes this. He really does. But he's not going to be on the cloud side. He's not on anybody's side. He doesn't side with anybody but his own subordinates and his comrades that he's, you know, he doesn't really side with too many people. But now we're in the 4th Great Shinobi War because of the missing Sharingans. And everybody's going at it, fighting each other. Yes, every village, not just the Cloud and Leaf. because they want to try to take over the leaf or the cloud, because the cloud and the leaf are the two strongest villages at the moment. So they're trying to, you know, fight the cloud and leaf and take over the villages. And Naruto's like, well, this hasn't gone according to plan, but I can make some use of this. I only really expected the cloud and the leaf to go to war, not all villages. But this can be of use. I can take over all the villages at once. Well, except for the leaf, I'm gonna burn that place to the ground. I don't want anyone ruling over that filth. I don't want any of my offspring ruling over it. Not even Itachi's offspring. So I'm gonna burn that place to the ground. So now we see Naruto. He's assassinating so many shinobis with Itachi. And Kabuto in the chaos revives Madara, making it even a worse situation for the villages, because they're just getting slapped by Madara. And I forgot to tell you guys, but during the war, Itachi got the Rinnegan from Naruto. So he's even stronger, and he's just going head to head against Madara. Like, they're equals at this point, because Naruto, like I said, he can pause time. And he trained Itachi for 1 trillion years to make him so strong that Itachi can make fire in literal space, in the vacuum of space, which has no oxygen. So it would be impossible, but Itachi is a fire god. He can make fire even when there's no freaking even when there's no oxygen around, making him nearly invincible. So he can just fly in space using fire, making him the best fire user ever. And he's just slapping Madara. He's like, I thought you were the strongest Uchiha, Madara. You even have the Rinnegan, just like me. But you can never beat me. I was trained by Grim-san, also known as Naruto the Grim Reaper. He's the strongest, even stronger than me. Now, shall you die? And Madara's like, how? How are you stronger than me? Madara Uchiha. I'm the strongest. And Itachi's like, well. Don't you know that in the bingo book, I'm an SSS class Missenden? You can't deal with me. I'm way stronger than you can ever be. And Madara's like, how? No, this can't be. And Madara, he just absorbs Obito, who had the 10 tails inside of him. And he's like, you can't beat me now. And Itachi's like, really? You think that because you have that weak, and I mean weak-tailed beast inside of you, that you're equal? No, that you're stronger with me? Then you're stronger than me? You're not even equal to me, Madara. You could have 2,000 10 tails inside of you, and you still wouldn't be a fraction of my power. Don't you understand how strong I am? And Madara's like, we'll see about that. And Itachi just burns him. And not even the barrier, you know, the orb barrier that Naruto can make? I don't know if it was Naruto or Madara, but like they can make a barrier out of orbs and make it like a gigantic ball shield that covers Madara. Yeah, the fire breaks the defense and kills Madara, burning him to ashes. Not even his regeneration abilities of the 10 tails and him being an Edo Tensei could heal him. He's literally burned to death, and every time he heals, he burns again. And the fire won't go out. Like, there's no 7-day timer. It burns on forever. It's even better than the Amaterasu. It's hellfire. And it burns on forever and ever. And the amount of chakra Itachi has at the moment, like, he has a bigger chakra pool than all of the Otsutsuki's combined. I mean all of the Otsutsuki's. He has more chakra. Like, let's say there's 2,000 Kaguyas. like 2,000 Kageyas after she ate the chakra fruit and had the 10 tails in her. He still has way more chakra than that. 2,000 10-tail Kageyas. Still has more chakra. That's how much chakra he has. Naruto made him so OP. So every time the clan is born, like every time there's a new Uchiha, they have the Mangekyo immediately. So that's why they can transplant and get the EMS immediately. That's how strong the Uchiha clan is going to be under Itachi's rule. He's going to reform the Uchiha clan. And Itachi's like, I'm going to reform it. I'm going to reform it and make it better, Madara. Now, I get that they betrayed you by voting for Hashirama instead of you. But don't worry. They're dead now. And I will rebuild them. I will rebuild them in a better image. Because I respect you. I respect your strength, Madara. And Naruto's like, well. Isn't it Madara Uchiha? Now, let's just kill you, shall we? Because Madara is still healing, but burning at the same time. And Madara's like, no! Zetsu! And Zetsu kills Madara. And here comes Kaguya. And Kaguya's like, finally, I'm back! Now I'll be even stronger. And Naruto's like, really? And he rips Kaguya's head off. Clean. But her head reforms. And she's like, how? How are you so fast? How are you so strong? And Naruto's like, because I'm the Grim Reaper, Kaguya. Not even you, being immortal, can escape me. You can't escape death, no matter if you're immortal or not. I shall kill you, Kaguya, and I shall make it painful. For making me suffer. And Kaguya's like, but I don't even know you. And Naruto's like, if you didn't birth those stupid losers, if you didn't birth that stupid Sage of Six Paths Hagoromo and Hamura, I wouldn't be suffering right now. I would be a normal civilian, and so would my parents. But you... And Naruto's just mad. He's mad at everybody except for Itachi. And he's like, you started this. If you didn't give them chakra, if you just killed them, I wouldn't be suffering right now, would I? I would be a normal civilian. And he kills Kaguya by burning her over and over again, and then revives her and then burns her, and rips her soul into pieces, and absorbs her soul, and kills her immediately after he absorbs her soul. And Itachi's like, well, that's it, ain't it? And we see Jigen coming out of nowhere, which is really random. And the war is still going on. People are still fighting each other. And we see Jigen coming out of nowhere, and he's like, you killed Kaguya, huh? She was weak. She's nowhere near my power. And Naruto's like, shut up. And he burns Jigen to death. And he kills Momoshiki as well, as Momoshiki's coming to the planet to try to absorb Naruto's power, because he felt Naruto's power. And he was like, I must have that power for myself. If I have that power, I'll be even stronger than the Otsutsuki God. And Naruto's like, yeah. And he kills Momoshiki and Ishiki. He kills all of the Otsutsukis by going to the planet and just blowing it up. Which I think they were living in the moon, but I'm not sure. But he killed all the Otsutsukis. So, now we time skip a couple years. We see Itachi. We see a little girl running around with black hair and her Mangekyo, her internal Mangekyo Sharingan activated, running around chasing another girl with white and black hair, which is the side effects of being Naruto's child. And they're just, blasting fire beams at each other. And they're like, catch me if you can. And Naruto's like, well, Itachi, the war is finally, we're the rulers of the world, the rightful rulers. And Itachi's like, yeah, I'm even stronger than the Sage of Six Paths. No one can stop us. Naruto's like, yeah, living the good life. And Naruto's wife, believe it or not, is Mito. Not his sister Mito, but his grandmom. which is kind of weird. You know what? I'm just going to change that. His wife is actually Kaguya's daughter, Rose, which I actually have this inspired by a certain someone. But yeah, his wife is his daughter Rose, and Itachi's wife is named after Kaguya. She's stronger than Kaguya, but yeah, her name is Kaguya. So I'm just gonna call her Kaguya. And their children are super strong. Like, their children are even stronger than Hokage Naruto in his Baryon form, which isn't that strong, to be honest. All it really does is shorten your lifespan. I don't think it makes you stronger. So, it's stronger than the Sage of Six Paths Naruto. Like, when they were 1 year old, they were stronger than Sage of Six Paths Naruto in original canon. Like Hokage Sage of Six Paths Naruto, not Shippuden. They're just so strong. And Naruto's like, when I'm gone, which I doubt I will be, but if I do die, just know that you girls will rule the world. Because it's your rightful place to rule the world, my princess. And Itachi just says the same thing to his children. So yeah. But the reason why it's like this right now is we're going to go back in time. We see Naruto after he killed all the Utsutsuki's. He goes up to Meme and Mito and he rips their heads off. And he rips the eyes of the Sharingan out. And he revives them. And he rips their throats out. And he's like, well, I've tortured you guys enough. I guess it's time that I end your misery, isn't it? And he kills them. And Kushina, Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Minato are like, what have you done, you demon? And he's like, shut up. And he rips a hole through all of their chests and rips their hearts out. And he's like, shut up, you losers. And he crushes their hearts. And they're like, what have you done? The world. I can't rule the world because of you, demon. And Naruto's like, you could never rule the world, Minato. You are too weak. And he rips Minato's heads off. And he burns the village to the ground. And he revives them. He revives Mito, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Kushina, and Minato. Just to make them watch the village get burned down. And he kills he kills all of the shinobi from each village. And he's like, now I shall rule the world, as it is my rightful place to rule the world, you weaklings. And he kills them once and for all. Well, again, because he already killed them. And that's why they're at peace now. And Naruto's like, when I die, when me and Itachi die, girls, you shall rule the world, as we do not need another war in our hands, do we? And they're like, Naruto's daughter's like, yes, dad, and Itachi's daughter's like, yes, uncle, because they're pretty much like brothers at this point, because they knew each other for so long. So yeah, that's it for this what if. Now, if you want me to do a better ending, I will redo this part if you guys want a better ending. So yeah, sorry about that. And like I said, go subscribe to Lord Potato, because I want to do a collab with him. And yeah, I'm just going to ask him. But yeah, go subscribe to him. He does amazing what ifs. But I'll see you guys in the next episode, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And like I said, if you guys want me to do a redo of this because you don't think the ending was good, or you don't think the episode entirety, if you don't think the episode in its entirety wasn't good, then I will redo it just for you guys. So anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.